buy those plasticky things for dividing your journals. There's no point. This is the back of an old notepad. It is already a perfect angle. So what we're going to do is we are going to measure down. I'm going to do it inches. I'm going to measure 1/2 inch across the top. And just mark that off a sec. This is scrap, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then I want an angle, so I'm going to line this up with my measurements on the glass mat, and we're going to go in about 3 inches. I'm going to mark down 3 inches here. Mark a 1/2 inch at the top here, 1/2 inch at the bottom here, okay. And here is that T-section that you would have from one of those plasticky tools, and you can just make that from card. It costs you nothing. So what I'm going to do is just cut that out with my craft knife. And I'll get my metal ruler for cutting. And then obviously if you want 1/4 inch spine, you trim it down, or you measure it to 1/4 inch. And actually what I'll show you is a way of doing that now. So just making sure you're cutting along that line perfectly. And I think we'll go down 5 inches is about safe, really, to make sure you're gonna have a straight measurement. Again if it needs it. I mean, you don't even need this tool really for journal making. It's just helpful to have, I guess, if you're worried about making things straight and lining things up, etc. But you really don't need this, but I'm showing you how to do it without going out and buying one of these plastic things. More plastic in the world. Although I suppose it's already been made, so anyway. So just releasing that off. And that is your 1/2 inch one. And what did I say that one was? 1, 2, 3 inches. So I'm going to just trim that off. 1, 2, 3 inches. Just there. And again, it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. It's just a guide. As in this cut bit. This is now a perfect angle for your putting your journals together, and I'll obviously show you just a quick run through of that later. Then if we flip this round, the top of this is covered in glue, so I will just trim that away. excess glue off. And now it's 1/4 inch, so I'm going to keep the top bit at 1/2 inch because I feel like it will keep the top part sturdy at least. So 1/2 inch. In fact, look at that there, where the pad was before is a perfect 1/2 inch line there anyway, but I'm going to keep measuring it so that it's the same as my ruler. And then where I've done the 1/2 inch mark there, I'm just going to put that in half basically. And that is now a 1/4 inch guide. So again, just cut that out. So it's never the top part that you're worried about anyway, it's the inside and making sure that that's a good angle. And as you can see, it's a perfect angle. If you can see my mat underneath, I'm sure you can. So again, just placing that against the grids. And so you can now make yourself a set of however bigger guidelines you want. And so for those who are like, well, I want my things to be pretty, I've just painted them and I've made myself a whole set of bookbinding page dividers. So I've got my 1/4 inch, which I'm probably unlikely to use for lining up a spine, but this could help in my card craft, so that would I can put that on the corner of a card and align that card topper nice and straight. And I've made duplicates, so if it was going to be for bookbinding, you can have it straight the whole way down and line it up that way. I've got my 1/2 inch in blue. That's meant to be sage green. It doesn't really show up, it looks grey. But I used tester pots of paint because I've got tester pots for painting a rainbow on my daughter's bedroom wall. So I just had them lying about. So if you're painting them, try not to use anything too water based, so a nice acrylic would work, because you don't want to warp what you've just cut. So 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5 inch and 2 inch, and those are just going to be really helpful and useful for me, and I've saved myself £10. Well, it was £10 for just one of these with some corner things that I would never use, and so, you know, if I was going to buy 6 of these, that would, yeah, that's just crazy money. £60 for something I've just made for free. So yeah, I hope that was useful for anybody who does like to bind books. I'll show you how I'm going to line up one of my next projects. I'll take a clip from that and show you that. But yes, that is a set of book page dividers for bookbinding or card craft, and just really cute little set and ready to go, ready to use. I hope that saved you some money. I hope that it's inspired you in some way, and yeah, if you like it, please give me a like, give me a comment, and as always, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon. And then I've got my 1/2 inch spine, and I'm just going to trim that down to the size of the box. I'm making sure that's dry because I'm going to use my tool that I made, and I'm going to put some glue on the back here, and what I'm going to do is bring in the other one as well, just make sure I've got a straight guide, and just line that up in there like so. And then put some glue on the back of the spine.